Hello everyone, and this is Dr. Liu from New Hope Fertility Center. Today is the second episode for repetitive implantation failure. In last episode, we reviewed the basic concept for embryo implantation. Today, we're going to review the possible cause for repetitive implantation failure. Before I start the basic concept, I want to present a case to everybody first. A lady came from a southern state and come back to New Hope Fertility Center to me again. She was a patient at the New Hope Fertility Center, and because she needed a donor egg, New York too far away for her. That's why she get donor egg from her own state. However, after two embryo transfer, in each embryo transfer, a euploid, that means an embryo is the normal number of chromosomes, were transferred. She was not pregnant. She was very disappointed, and also her own fertility doctor cannot give her any further suggestion. That's why she come back to me again. She said, Dr. Liu, I have two failures now. I still have another two embryos. I really want to transfer an embryo back to you. I want you to help me to achieve the pregnancy. But please review my case to see what's the cause of her failure. So after I reviewed her cases, I found, okay, and you have two, she has two major problems. The number one is her adenomyosis. And number two, it's the possible embryo transfer window mistake. So after I reviewed these two scenarios with her, and we started the treatment, and then after 3 months, we transferred the embryo back to her. She got pregnant, and now she's about 30 weeks pregnant. She's very happy. So this is a case, you see, and when we encounter a case, we have to consider what's the basic process for embryo implantation. And from there, we can analyze a clinical case step by step. We're going to figure out the possible reason for repetitive implantation failure. So today we're going to review the cause number one. That's the embryonic cause. And so whenever we try to plant a form, we must make sure we have a good seed. If the seed has some problem, and for sure, if the soil and if the weather, if the fertilizer are perfect, the embryo or the seed still cannot germinate and grow out. The same thing for embryo transfer. And we must make sure the embryo has a good quality. However, at the moment of embryo transfer, or even before the transfer, do we have any approach to change the embryo? Unfortunately, we are not allowed, and we don't have any approach to evaluate the embryo or to change the embryo before the transfer. However, from the embryo's feeder, from embryo's characteristic, we can predict the chance for embryo to implant. And for example, if the embryo have a genetic study, and we know that the embryo has a normal number of chromosomes, and under this situation, the embryo should have a higher chance to implant. For example, if a euploid, for a euploid, embryo has about roughly between 60 to 70% chance to implant. And if blastocyst without any PGTA test after transfer, and we know the embryo has roughly about 30 to 40% chance to implant for a young patient. And this is only about the genetic study. However, the date for the embryo to reach blastocyst is also very important. For example, and we know that most embryo reach blastocyst at day 5 or day 6 stage. And for day 5 or day 6 blastocyst, they have a higher chance to implant. However, if an embryo has a delayed development but reach blastocyst on day 7, even though it's still a blastocyst, even though this blastocyst has a normal number of chromosomes, the chance for the embryo to implant will be significantly lower. And it's about only 1/3 chance compared to day 5 and day 6 stage. And of course, and from the previous data, from the previous literature, we know that the grading by morphology also has some effect on the chance of implantation. And the better the morphology, the higher chance for an embryo to implant. But we know this the relationship between the morphology and the chance of implantation is not very strong. There's only a mild association between the morphology, grading, and the chance of embryo to implant. So today we just I present a case, and from this case, and I review the first topic, the first cause of implantation failure. That's the embryonic cause. So if you have any further questions, please contact me. And in the future episode, we're going to review the other possible cause for repetitive implantation failure. Bye, everyone.